Too lovely to say hello to you, Peter. And this is the way I think of it. If the person that gets a radio license, if they can't build their own antenna, they shouldn't have a radio license. I built high-gain Yagis, I built all sorts of wire antennas, and I've been building antennas since the age of 13 years of age with the old Dick Smith. But anyhow, Peter, a lot of people don't do that. And now I'm learning about circuitry of surface mount, surface mount components. And I was getting trained down in Newcastle by the radio technician. So I've got a lot of knowledge. And I probably will never upgrade. This is only a hobby. But I do emergency call-outs as well. I do emergency call-outs for different people. But anyhow, we'll talk about that another time. You take care of yourself on the airways. There's a lot of good people on the airways, but there's also a lot of bad ones. But they will be caught. And I've got a relation that works in the ACMA, and a few people are going to get a visit. They don't know it at this time, but they're going to get a visit. And you've heard it yourself. That's good that you've heard the interference as well. So you can write in and do what you want with when you hear that. And I've got a lot of people that's, they're doing it for me. I don't have to do a thing, because there's a lot of good people out on the airways, and they want to keep amateur radio, what they can say is pure. And without people like the CBs that come up on their with their license in full call and standard license that don't know how to use radio properly there, Alan. But look, it took me a long time to find out what's going on here. I got on the computer and I can't find nothing on the computer. I looked in all the books and there was nothing to tell me. I just had to learn. But look, I started learning about electric magnetic interference out of petrol motors and how to stop all the noise from 4 cylinders, 6 cylinders, V8s, you name it. And that gave me a lot of knowledge. However, oh yes, so not too many of us. I'm quite surprised, Al, to hear you, and you'll have a lot of knowledge. And so you're the only person that in a foundation license I've got to speak to that's got a lot of knowledge. The other fellow's retired. He's a full call, and he's electrical engineering. And he said, I'm on the right path. He said, I've got a lot of knowledge, and I'll be able to help other people out. We had a good talk, me and the other station, on 80 metres, and he said, I'm on the right path, and because he's a retired electrical engineering, he said, we're doing everything right at the moment, however. The government can give me a licence for the knowledge that I've got. They can give me one, but I'm not going to sit for one. They want to give me one, well, they come out and took photos and everything, and they looked at each other and they couldn't believe it. They thought it was a broad antenna. Well, it's just neat and tidy, and it's made properly. And, if they want to give me a licence, I'll accept it, but I'm not going to sit for one, not with everything that I know. Oh, no. No way in the world. I know a lot more than the full calls. Anyone can sit, anyone can remember questions, anyone can do the answers. It's come to fix something or make your own antenna or fix a circuit board is another thing. And that's when the knowledge comes into play. If you can't fix anything, if a person has got a full call licence and they can't fix a TV or a radio, they shouldn't have a licence in the first place. That's the way I look at it. And I started off at an early age, at the age of 13, with old Dick Smith radios. I blew a lot up, and I had to get my pocket money together, and I had to go and get another radio, and I blew that one up, and so on and so on. But I learned the hard way, and I've been electric shocked that many times. Welcome to the RF Burn Club. Well, I've been there many a times, and learned the hard way. I'll tell you who's the #1 man in Australia is Ron Bertrand, VK4 or VK2 Delta Quebec. Ron Bertrand, he's very, very knowledgeable, and I'll tell you what, he's a very good teacher. I had Ron a long time ago. You ask Ron a question, he'll come straight out and tell you. He knows that man knows quite a bit, probably a lot more than anybody else does, over.